I'm not. I want to do a piece of this, but I don't really like the poem that I wrote, and I can't even find it. It's here somewhere, but we're gonna play around. Let's fuck around. Anger and fear. It's here somewhere. Tonight I wear yellow and red, representing anger and fear. Tonight I wear red and yellow, representing anger. Tonight I wear red and yellow, representing anger. Tonight I wear red and yellow, representing anger. Tonight I wear red and yellow, representing. Tonight I wear red and yellow, representing anger and fear. Tonight I wear red and yellow, representing anger and fear. Tonight I wear red and yellow, representing anger and fear. Tonight I wear red and yellow, representing anger and fear. Tonight I wear red and yellow, anger and fear. Tonight I wear red and yellow, representing anger and fear. Tonight I wear red and yellow, representing anger and fear. Tonight I wear red and yellow, representing anger and fear. Tonight I wear it's here somewhere. Well, anyway, I can tell you what the poem is about. I was with this girl one time, and I made a mistake. We were a little drunk, and we were sitting at dinner. We was coming from like drinking crazy, and we were sitting at dinner. And she looked at me and slyly said, "You're only with me because I'm beautiful." And I said to her, I said, "You're not that beautiful." But what I really wanted to say was, "You're not that beautiful that I'm only with you because you're beautiful," but I didn't say all of that. So she got very angry and stormed out and left into the rain without her coat. And, I'm like, "Ah, man," I grabbed her coat and I ran after her. And she was already in the cab, in the back of the cab, and I'm like, "What are you doing? What are you doing? Get out of the cab!" And she wouldn't get out of the cab, and she was just crazy. And so I just took her pocketbook, and I was like, "Now you got it." So she got out of the cab. And we're like on the corner of 96th Street and Madison Avenue, in a neighborhood that I don't necessarily hang in. And I'm yelling at the top of my lungs like, "What the fuck is wrong with you? Why you wildin'? I love you." And she looked at me and smiled. And that smile was like, in that instance, I was like, "What the fuck does that mean?" That's why she's smiling at me. And in my youth, I just took it wrong. I was like, "Oh, you just want to play me." So I would never muss the hair of anybody I love. That's why I can't understand what happened in Boston. No matter what you think, why would you even hurt a person, an innocent person? I would never put my hands on anybody out of hatred. It would be nice, to punch somebody in the face if they fuck with you in a way, if they mess with your girl or your mother or something, I wouldn't pick up a gun. I hate guns. But in the moment when she smiled at me, my ego got bruised in it, and and it was raining, and I had a purse in my hand, and it was open. And I punted that shit across the And I felt bad because I was at an anger place that I couldn't control. And I just kind of walked away, cursing, left her there. She was there in the middle of the street crying, picking up her shit in the rain. And that image will stay with me. It stays with me. I was like, fuck. I felt so bad. I was like, fuck. I got home though. 10 minutes after I got home, she rang my doorbell. I was just saying. But she makes me apologize for that every time I see her. Anyway, tonight I wear red and yellow representing anger and fear. Tonight I wear red and yellow representing anger and fear. Tonight I wear red and yellow representing anger and fear. Tonight I wear red and yellow representing anger and fear. Tonight I wear red and yellow. I like y'all. So in the middle of the night, I love to do all my social marketing media shit in the middle of the night, like 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm all like SoundCloud and Facebook and LinkedIn. I don't even know what the fuck that's about. I got my blog. I got all this fucking ways to get information out. So I started writing my brain power poetry. And I wrote I felt good. I'm gonna share this with you because I know there are a lot of artists in the place. I wrote like 4, 5 poems in like four nights. What? And that's for some people that might be a big thing. I ponder hard. I have poetry that took years, 17 years to write. The 2 plays that I produced, both were over 6 years in the making. So to be able to write like a poem in the night, to be happy with it, I was like, shit. So I've been like recording them on my little 4-track on my iPhone just to go lo-fi. I figure the further we go digital, the lo-fi we gotta go artistically to find true art. So what you experience here, you will only experience here. It'll be totally different if you ever bought my album or my book or whatever. But please buy my album. But this is a poem that I wrote in that place. It's called Talk Hot Off. If I could get it. Talk Hot Off. Talk Hot Off. I like this. Yeah. Talk Hot Off. Talk hot off. Talk hot off. Till it's all shot off. Every thought caught in the vault of the shiny show off. Take all of your belongings off. All these things that we gotta have, half and infinite and nothing. Worth all you can carry on a train platform in a bad part of town, blind, alone in the night. Your 7-inch Louboutins that get stuck in these cobblestones. Head tangled with booty bounce poems in the headlights. Dance to celebrate. Sweat to the spirit of the beats. I told my lawyer, I said to him, true deeps ain't got nothing to refer to, nothing to think on. When the mind race and the heart beat, all you feel is the now. The wave pattern got you thinking on the now. The repetitive action ain't the distraction, it fills the now. Tomorrow and yesterday don't measure to the pleasure of specific feelings, calculated down to the ceiling of a second. Weapons of destruction flow from those who hold on to constructions and dealings of the past. Talk hot off. How do we gonna make these feelings last? By walking through the woods across the broken glass to a tomorrow defined by the deeds of today.